Hey everyone, Shabear 1000 here. We're back out at the campsite, camping with Monkey this weekend. We're taking a walk down here. We brought the boat. I was going to put you on the windshield, but I forgot the camera in the car because we got to unload the boat about, a mile up the river. And then she came down and brought the trailer down here to the camp, to the camper, so. We're going to get a double whammy on rain because, we got the camper and boat out, so hopefully it don't pick up too much water, but I got a good pump in there. It's just not automatic. It's just if it rains out throughout the night, I got to pull this forward, hop on it, turn the pump on, make sure no water's in it. But we did it before, right, Monk?
Yep, we did it before.
Well, I did it.
Yeah, you do it.
Alright guys,
Here we go. So we
hit
got
an
the
intro.
boat here, so hopefully.
Okay guys, as you've seen, it's probably about 5:30ish. We just got off the boat and Monkey just left to go take care of her mom and get her fed and make sure she has everything for the night and pick up Bruno. He went to the beauty parlor today, so Now he's going camping. So, anyway, I'll sit down here and relax in front of the fan. I'm going to cook something a little bit later. We're going to have a late supper. She's not hungry and I'm not hungry, so. But, yeah. Had a little issue with the boat. It started cutting out and missing. It was like it was running on one cylinder, so I shut it off and pulled the cover off and pulled the number one top plug wire off, and I started up and then went back and put it back on while it was running and seemed to have cleared it out, but I noticed it smoking a little bit. So the last time I filled up with fuel, I filled it up 40 to 1, and it's supposed to be 50 to 1, so it's running a little rich, so I think them plugs are getting fouled. I have the original plugs for that came out of it, so I do have an extra set of plugs in case we get down the river or something happens. I can change the plugs there, but other than that, it's running good. That's a fine running boat. Alright guys, I'll be back with you here in just a minute. Okay guys, I'm going to cut up those pork steaks. Sorry about the shadow here, but you know, I am in a camper and the light is kind of behind me, so no matter where I put the camera, I'm still going to have a shadow, so I'm sorry about that. I'll get a brighter light sometime and I'll put up above here just for cooking and stuff, or filming. Are you filming? Yes. Okay, so Monkey sent me a message earlier. In fact, I'm going to read this to you.
Really?
You remember when I told you guys she had just left? Well, like 15 minutes later, I thought she was at home. Yes, really, Monk. So, let's see if I can bring this up here. I do have spotty connection, but it says can't open lock. Well, I'm assuming she got home, because that's, you know, I had smoked a cigarette, I talked to you guys, and I said hang on. So I'm outside trying to get a connection to unlock the door at the house, because I had to do that once.
Yeah.
Remotely, because she couldn't get in. She was putting in the wrong passcode. So I'm outside walking around, you know, holding my phone different places. It says, I said hang on, and she said I have the right combo too, which, you know, our front door is a combination. And then I got it sticking, so I thought, okay, well, we have that brand new door. Sometimes you gotta kind of push or pull if you're going out to get it to latch all the way for that lock to work. And I said, you have to make sure it's closed before it will open. Check this out, guys. It was closed. I left it open so I can get back in.
Yeah, the gate.
Okay, well, she was talking about the gate, and I'm outside trying to get connection to unlock the door of the house. But she didn't tell me the gate. I didn't know that until like 5 minutes ago. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. And I'm like, you gotta pull on it. She said, no, honey, I'm talking about the gate. And I'm like, what? You were down there that long?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, what would you guys think if you hear this? It was closed. I left it open so I could get back in. Okay. Anyway.
That's my language. You're supposed to know I was at the gate.
Alright guys, I'm just going to cut this in half. And I'm going to cook these two halves. And if I'm still hungry, I will cook the other one. Okay, we got butter. Monkey brought me out some butter. Do we have oil in here?
No.
We need to put some in here because I didn't have any for my sausages last night. So.
Yeah.
Open this up. Okay, did you bring the stuff? The white powder stuff? Did you really? Did you bring that steak, that roast that I'm going to make your stuff with tomorrow?
I brought the canned stuff, but I took the roast out. The roast is out. Yeah. I took
At
it-
home?
Yeah, it's at home.
Okay.
Took it
And
out
you
the
got
fridge.
beef broth.
Yeah. It's here. It's
Okay.
right there.
And carrots?
In the can.
Okay. So when you bring back tomorrow, when you bring back the roast and stuff,
Uh-huh.
bring some real potatoes, because I'm going to make it with real potatoes. We're having canned potatoes tonight.
Right, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright. We
All
have
right.
plenty of potatoes at home.
All right. Now, I miss our tornado, the red and white one. That thing lasted us for like 4 years or some shit. All right, I'm not gonna bore you with this. Okay, guys, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I don't know why these LED lights flicker on battery power. All right. I don't know. Yeah, that should be enough. Let's go ahead and get this lit up. Alright. So, had a nice comment from Mark's Adventures today.
Yeah?
She's on her phone again.
I'm
Yeah.
making a video.
Well, your video can wait. So
What
am
did you
I.
say?
I'm making a video too. And he just said he likes my camping videos.
Yeah, I saw that.
So
That
I
was
just
nice
thought
of him.
that, yeah, I just thought that was nice.
Yeah, he looks forward to
So I
our
told him I
camping
really
video.
appreciate that.
It was very nice of him.
All right, now put some butter in here. You only brought one stick.
I think I have 2 in there.
I'm just checking because I know
didn't look.
you're going to want some for your potatoes.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure we got enough. All right, now, so I found some seasoning, guys. That is now gone. Monkey said it was in a bag. It's not in here. Not in there. Okay, you guys remember my video yesterday, right? How nice it looked in here. I told Monkey, I said, 10 seconds after you come in, check this out. Because I said, you see how clean that is? Nice, you can sit stuff, you can sit down there, you can lay down there. I said, 10 minutes, you walk in 10 seconds and boom. Well, she believed it tonight when I said, look, 10 seconds, you were 10 seconds. And she kind of chuckled. Now, this was my favorite stuff. But I think I got a new favorite now. It's this stuff. Heard somebody talking. The blend. Salt, pepper, and garlic. This stuff is awesome. Damn, see, our fire went out. Alright guys, I'll be back. Okay guys, so I went out and shook the tank, shut it off, shook the tank around, turned it back on. But yeah, so this is really good stuff. This is what I made my homemade beef jerky with. Put a little bit on the bottom here. Once that melts, I'll kick it back on when I throw the pork steaks on. Okay, they're ready. I mean, they're ready. The steaks are ready to go in the butter. I'm going to cook these low and slow. And that one stuck immediately. That's awesome. I need some utensils. I found these out here.
Yeah.
Was it out here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's over here.
Alright, so we're going to cook them really slow while the potatoes come up to a boil. So, let me turn this down a little bit more. Mosquito there. Oh no.
What?
Just nothing. Monkey gets freaked out if I say, oh no. You okay? Oh my God, what's going on? Okay, so when I get ready to flip these, I'll kick you back on. I don't want to bore you guys too much. I dick around too much here lately, but you know, it's anymore. I don't really care much anymore because you know it's better than acting retarded. Those guys get on there acting stupid and thinking they're being funny and all this, and really they're just being stupid. And if that's what I gotta do to grow my channel's always going to be small, and I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. Sure, I'd like to have 20,000 subs, but if I don't because I'm being me and this is a real channel, real life, then so be it. Okay guys, we'll give this a little flip here. Nice. So I'm going to go ahead and cook these up and I'll bring you back on when they're done. Okay guys, I did flip them once. You should only flip a steak once. But, and I forgot to show you putting the seasoning on, but I mean, you know, that's not a big deal. So that's going to be done. I'm going to let the potatoes cook just a little bit longer. And then I'll get this plated up and I'll be back with you. Okay guys, so there's Monkeys. I'm going to cut her off some butter. And do you want salt and pepper?
No.
Okay, so there's Monkeys. I'll get mine. I'm going to eat. We'll eat. And then I got to set up the TV and we're going to watch Shea Bear 1000 tonight. Good morning everyone. It's about 9:30 Saturday morning. We're going down here and check the boat. Monkey left about 9. Take Bruno in. You know, get her mom, do whatever she got to do with her mom. And then she's going to come back out. And we're going to do some boating. She's going to leave Bruno at the house for a while. She wants to go boating. So that's what we're going to do. We're going down here and check the boat. I had to retie last night. I had to come down here and move it back a little bit because it on mare boats it had caused it to drift forward onto some rocks. Not, you know, bad, but it was pretty close to them. It was just starting to sit on that rock right there. If you look down in there, there's a little bit of white paint, so I didn't like that. So, seems to be okay. Yep. Right up against there where I tied it on the rub rail. Yeah, okay. And I raised the motor up just in case it would come loose and go over that way, but I try to keep it right in there. That's where the sand is. But it kept moving. So, yeah. I just climbed right through here last night. The monkey was holding her life for me. I didn't know this was missing. I could have just climbed up through this one. So, I'll bring you along with me for that. And for some of the boating. And those The boat, you're pretty much just looking at the bow in the water. But some people find it therapeutic when you put music along with it. Some people like that to watch at, or they'll put it on and go to sleep too, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it's Saturday, and so I'm gonna go wait on her. She won't be long, I figure. Hour or two. And then, like I said, she'll come back out and we'll go do a little boating. And she can't get in there, so what we have to do is I get in, and then I gotta go up to the ramp, and then she can get in there. You saw where I dropped her off yesterday. That's where she can get in the boat at, and she just puts her leg over the side and hops in. So because she can't climb over the bow of that boat like I can. Well, now I don't have to today. I just climb down in it, and that's the way I'll be when I park the boat tonight. I was parked in the same spot, tie it off, and because this guy, we've met him before out here, and his name's Clay. He was on his boat down there the other night. He came out and talked to us for a little bit. I was talking to him yesterday. He said, man, he said, this camper looks amazing with the lights on from down there at the river. He said, it looks like you're up on a big mountain. So I think we was going to do one last night, but we didn't. I think we'll do a night cruise tonight. So sorry I didn't get back with you, but we got to watching some YouTube and stuff, and she ended up falling asleep, so I didn't want to bother her getting the camera out and everything, so I didn't go to sleep till 4:30 or something like that. Alright guys, give me something to drink here, and then wait on her, and I'll be back with you, okay? So stick around, guys. Okay guys, so it's after 11. Monkey's on her way out, and we're going to go on the boat. So I should have just had her meet me up at the boat ramp. That way she don't have to come through the gate, you know, unlock the gate, lock it, you know. But anyway, I'm gonna grab some pop and stuff and get ready, and grab my other camera. Like I said, I'll film some of it for you and put some music on it. Let's see what's going on. Just seen a boat go past, so there's been a couple boaters. I heard a big explosion back there. It wasn't no shotgun. This was an explosion, a loud boom, and it just rumbled. I felt the ground shake, so I don't know what that was. I don't see any smoke. So, weird. Alright guys, enjoy the boating clips. Okay guys, we just got back from boating. Monkey took a couple things in. You know, she's got to take care of her mom, so she's got to bring out stuff for me to... There's a damn wasp in here. Monkey's highly allergic to them, to bee stings. And how he got in. But, so she's going to bring out the meat and everything, and then she's going to bring her mom out so she can sit right there under the shelter in her wheelchair. And then she can eat with us. That way if it rains, she'll be under cover. So that's cool. I'm going to do it on the fire like an idiot. It's 90 degrees out and we'll build a fire. But that's a little bit later. It's about 20 till 3. So probably start the fire about 4:30. Something like that. I got a fly swatter, but it's underneath my bed here where I'm sitting. I'll see if I can find something to get him out of here. So, but yeah, boat was acting up, cutting out and missing at like idle speed, and so we stopped in a shady spot. I said, I'm gonna change them plugs. I put the original ones back in it. It's running fine now, but outdrive kind of, I don't know, something going on with the outdrive. Every once in a while it like pops out of gear and back in, so I'm not sure what's going on with that, so I'll probably have to take it apart this winter and check it out, but we'll see. Thinking about beefing that transom up, taking the wood out of it and using that liquid transom. It's supposed to be good and strong, and putting that in there so I can go with a 50 horse. It originally had a 40 horse on it, but you know, when you're on the river you kind of need a little bit more power. Out on the lake it's not so bad, but river, you know, you got currents you got to deal with. So alright guys, I'll be back with you. I'm going to kick it in front of the fan for a few minutes and try to get this bee out of here. Okay guys, I haven't started a fire like this in a long time, but we're going to use a lighter thing. These are probably pretty well dried out from being in that camper. I don't know how long they've been in there, but sorry about the airboats. But the last half bag I used, it lit by doing it this way, so we'll see. And then I'll put some wood on it when I get ready to cook. Hang on. Okay, so when I get ready to cook, I'll put some more wood that we got over there on it. It should take off. I don't have any lighter fluid. But it's also starting to rain. So we'll see how well this goes. Hopefully it'll take off. What it is, you know, it's got that built-in lighter fluid, and you know, it gets dry and it'll dry out real easy if it's not used for a while, especially in hot places like a folded up camper. Yeah, I'm feeling raindrops for sure. So, Monkey stopped at the store to get a couple things on her way to go get her mom at Publix. Again, she was getting ice, and that rug that they have down in front of the ice maker was wet. She didn't know it, and she fell again. She made a report, but I said, "Did you take any pictures?" "No." But the girl at the cashier saw it happen. Yeah, but she can easily change her mind, man. Anytime that happens, guys, take pictures. Video if you have to. If they don't like you taking pictures, video them telling you not to take pictures. Now my got all this junk on it. We'll get it going. Burnt my thumb. I didn't know that was one of the hot ones. It's all right. A not so great day of camping is better than any great day at work, right? Alright. Alright, I think that's gonna go. I'm gonna go wash my hands. I'm gonna put you guys under here because it's starting to rain. Sun shining over there. Pouring down rain here. Woo, woo, woo. Woo, woo.
Pretty?
Yeah. Nice out here.
Yeah, I've taken you back further where we can today. They won't let campers back there anymore.
Okay, guys. Yep, I'm inside. I don't know if you can hear this or not, but it is pouring. Went and got the boat because Monkey went down and checked it and she said it's fine. The top part of it's filling with water. I said, well, that's just the splash pan. I'll go down and empty it. I said, is it up to the rub rail? She said, no. Well, that line right there is the rubber rail. See all that dirt on it? The water was just onto the blue part. Now, that right there is where the water pumps out. Well, if it's underwater, not only can it not pump out, it's taking on water. So I went down just in time and I turned the pump on. I stood on the other side and got it raised up just enough to where it pumped the water out. And as it was doing that, I went I came back while it was pumping out. I came back and I told her, I said, we gotta go get the boat. So I hitched up the trailer. I said, I'll meet you down at the ramp. I was backing out of here. There was a young dude, probably, I don't know, 15 maybe. He was on a boat, a John boat with a mud motor on it. And he says, you know how far 44 is? I said, yeah, it's about 5 miles straight ahead. You can't miss it. And he said, do you mind riding with me? I said, well, I gotta stop. I gotta, you know, I'm getting out up here at the ramp, but I'll go with you that far, sure. I said, if I wasn't taking on water, I'd take you all the way there. So we get up there, and his throttle cable snapped right as we got there. So that's a good thing. I didn't have to pull him, but he couldn't get a hold of anybody. His boat's sitting down there. He drug it up, you know, onto land. But I told him he could come here with us and get warm. He had no shirt on. His buddies, I said, where'd you guys come from? Or I said, where'd you come from? He said, Stump Knockers, which is way out that way. He said, I must have took a wrong turn. I said, no. I said, you know, you didn't take a wrong turn. You were straight back that way, the Stump Knockers, but his boat was broke. So I said, you can come, you know, there's a shelter over here, and, you know, we got towels, I can get you dried off, you know. But he went over to the neighbors, and they let him in, so I just wanted to make sure he was all right before, you know, before I left him. So yeah, almost sank the damn boat. I wasn't even in it. So it got bad. Hey, you guys are going to get wet.
We've been trapped out there.
Who the hell is out on a boat in this kind of weather?
We're coming back from that place over there.
Yeah, well, I just had to go get my boat too.
Oh, you're the one that was parked out there? I saw
Yeah.
it when we came by.
So I was in it too. You guys have another friend with you?
I mean, wait, was he on one boat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A young dude?
Yeah. Curly hair?
Yeah, he's up at the ramp.
Over there?
Yeah.
Which ramp? The 44?
No.
Oh,
no,
right up
just
here?
yeah, right up here. Cause he asked me how to.
Is it right there? The ramp's right there.
Yeah, he asked me how to get to 44. It's what, about a mile, if
Wait,
that.
is curly hair?
Yeah.
With a hat and a like 10-foot John boat?
Yeah.
It's loud.
He stopped. He didn't keep going.
Is he still there? He's a napkin.
Sure, go ahead. Yeah, well, he went over to the neighbors and they let him in because I was going to bring him here. But he said he'd go over to the neighbors.
Yeah, we came up
She was trying to call people and he couldn't get a hold of nobody.
No service. Huh?
Yeah.
Boy, just shut off.
On a lighter note, the stew is looking good and starting to thicken up nice. Look at that. Look at that gravy. Yeah, well, ow. Burnt myself about 8 times. So, yeah, boys will be boys. I remember days like that. But Monkey, her mom didn't get to eat. She said, I'm just going to take Mom home. I said, okay. Oh, we have a flood warning till 8:30. It's 8:15 now, so hopefully that'll pass. Yeah, not a watch, a flood warning. So she said, I'm just going to get Mom something on the way home. I said, okay. I don't know if they stopped at Wendy's. Usually that's their favorite place, I think, one of their favorites. And she asked me if I wanted something. I was like, no, I'm waiting on this stuff. You going to get something? She said, yeah. I said, well, okay, well, you get what you want. I'll wait. And I just got an alert on my phone that the door was unlocked. So they made it home. So she'll be back out. I told her, my shoes are drenched. I'm in my shorts and my slippers. I said, bring my boots because I know my shoes aren't going to dry. So I think, like I said, I have the place till Tuesday, so I think she's got doctor's appointments and stuff on Tuesday, so I think what I'm going to do is we'll just slowly tear down Monday and leave Monday late afternoon or evening or something. But tomorrow at least the boat's still here, because all I did was hook it up with the winch and the safety chain. I didn't even plug the lights in. I said, we got to go get that boat. So, but yeah, why are you guys looking at that? Well, it's probably better looking than this. But yeah, so I was like, you know, so we may get the boat back out tomorrow. I don't know if I want to put it back down. I mean, I loaded that thing better during I mean, it was lightning, thunder. If I can get any of that on the dash cam of the car, of her bringing the car around, I'll show it to you. But man, that's nuts. And I loaded that boat a lot easier and better than any other time. All I did was just, because I had to get out of the boat, go back the truck down, and, you know, it's hard to see in rain like this. And I mean, it was dumping. And so I backed down, got it in the water, and I went and got the boat. Backed the boat up and pulled it right straight perfectly onto the trailer. And that boy was there. He said, "You want me to help you, sir?" I said, "Sure," because I was blowing the horns, trying to get Monkey's attention. Monk! Because every time I let off the throttle, you know, the boat wanted to slide back off the trailer. So I don't like, you know, I probably could have left the throttle on and climbed out over the hood of the boat and hooked it. But I didn't want, you know, I don't like doing that stuff. So I was like, "Yeah, you know how to hook a winch up?" He said, "Sure do." I said, "Yeah, just hook me up there. Don't worry about the safety chain." He hooked me up, and then I blew the horn, and Monkey pulled me out. So, hey, you guys want to have some weird fun, some weird times, come down here to Florida, join us, man. Citrus County is something else. So they didn't actually leaving. They broke down too. That was, because I seen them coming while I was talking to you guys. And I was like, and then I seen them turn around right there. So, but I didn't know they was pulling the other guy. So out of 3 boats, they got 2 of them broke down. And the one boy, you know, they was calling their parents, and only one phone had charge, and they were all Apple. So I had no way to, you know, put their phones on the charger for them, because, you know, I got USB-C and they got the Firewire or whatever. So they're trying to call their parents. They're down to 8% on their last phone. But he called his mom, and he was telling her, you know, my boat's broke down. What's wrong with it? When you go throttled up, it dies out. And she was like, "Well, you know, it's probably a clogged jet in the carburetor or something." I could hear her talking because she was on speaker. I was like, his mom knows more about it. He was like, "Well, I don't know, you know." She said, "Well, don't worry about it. It's nothing major. If it's just bogging down, she says, it's probably in the fuel or carburetor. Maybe there's a little water in it." And I'm like, yeah, so she's right. They're trying to tell them how to get to Turner Camp boat ramp, and one guy's dad's on the way with his airboat, because they're up on 44. We went there today, got stuck. That's another story. That might be story time tonight. But it's up past, we we camped out up there at the campground right by 44 Bridge, and we put in there. That's where they put in 44 boat ramp, and that's where the boys was trying to get to, and they got separated somehow. Oh, you seen a guy with curly hair, baby looking dude? That's Logan. Well, his boat's up there to this ramp. Alright, I'll kick you back on in a minute. Okay guys, so Monkey made it back. It's starting to get late. She got back at what, 10:30-ish? Yeah. So, I don't know if I'd mentioned it, but there's been a woman riding a mini bike around here, a Coleman, past couple days. And so she was out here last night looking for somebody. She was riding her bike around. It was late, but she was like, sorry. Didn't bother us any, did it, Monk?
No.
She's just riding her mini bike around. So she come back today. She had lost her. She had a little bottle of Fireball. And she was trying to find it. She said, I'm sorry about last night. I was trying to find a friend. I said, nah, it's okay. I said, besides, I got 2 of those things, so you want to ride your bike, ride your bike. So, but we got to talking to her, and she come over and hung out for a little bit. Down here at the gate right across the road, there's a big 2-story house. And she said it's haunted, didn't she?
Yeah.
Because she said, yeah, we just live right across the road over there in that big house that looks like a haunted house, she said. I was going to ask her, but she came out and said it. A few minutes later, she said, yeah, that house is haunted. She showed us a picture, didn't she?
Yeah.
That she took, they've been there, what, 4 years?
Yeah.
That she took when they first moved there. And you can see, you can't really tell if it's an old lady, but you can see a lady. It looks like she's been burnt. And come to find out, the house has been on fire before, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an old house. If I think about it, I'll film it for you when we leave. But yeah, so that was pretty interesting, huh?
Yeah.
And she said, anytime we want to come and walk through there and check things out, because I told her I was a paranormal investigator, she said, we're more than welcome to, huh?
Yeah.
So, because it's gutted, like, and they're trying to rebuild it and stuff, and it's taking a long time. You got a house that big, it will. But she said, yeah, anytime. She says, you gotta stop by anytime. You're more than welcome to walk through that house. Huh?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's pretty cool. So that was a quick story time, but it was a story time all the same, right, Monk? So, we heard a tree fall over here, didn't we?
Yeah, it sure did.
And it fell slow. It was like something was pushing it over. Monkey don't think it's Bigfoot, do you, Monk?
Yeah, it sounded like fireworks.
It wasn't fireworks. I went out and looked. I'll show you the tree tomorrow. She don't.
No, I know it
I'm a
wasn't
liar.
fireworks. There's nobody out here.
It did not sound like fireworks, guys. Bang, 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 as opposed to. It was a tree falling. I've heard him before. I can show it to you tomorrow. But then I went out and looked around and stuff, and I heard something over there. And I came in and told her, there's something walking around over there. Okay, whatever. 15 minutes later, she's like, you hear that? There's something right out here walking around right here. I said, I fucking told you. Bruno was growling and barking.
Yeah.
So hopefully whatever it was went down in front of the camera down there. The trail cam. So it'd be interesting to see if we caught anything. But, you know, I've been hearing animals out here. I don't know. Can't pick it up on trail cam. I was going to move it today and try a different spot. And I was going to put it over there where I heard that tree falling. You know, it might have picked that up. Because it picks up movement. So, yeah, that was a hell of a storm. It's still like sprinkling, and we're still getting a lot of drips and drops off the tree limb. But, yeah, what do you guys think of that storm? That was something. I had to go get the boat and drive the boat a mile up the river. Didn't they?
Yeah, you
Oh, geez. And it was just pumping and pumping and pumping. I pulled the plug and it was still pumping out the side and coming out the plug, and yeah, it got a lot of water in it. And Monkey checked it. It's fine. I better go check. She said, I started down through there. She said, "Be careful, that dock's slippery." When she said, "Be careful," Bruno, I guess he went over there at the edge of the pavilion, right?
Yeah.
And I guess just stood there and looked down in my direction the whole time. I was down there for about 10 minutes at least. And I guess he stood there and watched for me the whole time till I came back. She said, "He's worried to death about Daddy."
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He didn't set his eyes off of that area until you can't
But-
start seeing you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright guys, so I want to say goodnight. If something weird happens or if I think of something, I'll kick you back on. If not, good night. See you in the morning. Good morning everyone. So this is Sunday. Like I said, I think we're going to pack up tomorrow, but we'll end up leaving later. Just take our time, you know, slow pack. And but Monkey went in to give her mom her meds and all that stuff, and she's going to come back out and get me, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to get my shower and stuff. I think we're going to go ahead. I'm just going to go ahead and take the boat in today, because all I got to do is put the strap on the back of it. Excuse me. And it's ready to pull down the road. So yeah, so I think today I'm going to call it on this video today. Not right this second, but and then we'll spend another night tonight. It's supposed to rain all day today again, but I mean the sun's out and everything, so I do see a little bit of wetness on the ceiling. I don't know if that's because I was cooking, that's condensation, I'll have to check it, or if it's leaking a little bit around the air conditioner, which is possible, because I'm pretty sure that seal's never been changed. It's not dripping or anything, it's just kind of, you can see it's kind of shiny, so it could be, it's kind of over the top of the stove area, so, but, yeah, so, that way I don't run this video too long. But yeah, it's great. Like the rain yesterday, I don't mind it. I got soaking wet, but you know, it's still a lot of fun listening to the rain. It tires you out. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna go in. I'll take the boat in. Gonna have my shower, and then but I'll be back with you before I head to the house. Okay. Okay, guys. I'm gonna call it here. That's the house that's supposed to be haunted right there. Nice looking house. That would be nice when they get it done. But yeah, so I'm gonna call it here. We're coming back out again tonight. Spend the night. I'm gonna make her breakfast in the morning. Then we'll just take the day and slowly tear down here and there. That way we're in no rush. So yeah. I'll bring my camera. I might do a cooking video or something, but you know, I always have my cameras with me, so I'll film something, I'm sure. They say Monk.
Monkey says she's out, y'all.
Bye guys, Shea Bear the Myth Man Legend. I'm gone for now. We'll see you in the next one.